Once upon a time, there was a boy who lost his father when he was still young. In that moment, childhood ended for him. He became the backbone of his family. He would walk for miles, wait for work that might never come, and ignore his own swelling hunger just to make sure his siblings could eat, and so they wouldn't have to feel the full weight of their loss. That boy was my uncle. I never met him, but his story has been passed down to me like an inherited thread, a constant reminder that perseverance can travel across generations. It's through stories like his that I've come to see how the lives of those we never meet can still shape the people we become. Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie said, "Stories matter, many stories matter. Stories have been used to dispossess and to malign, but stories can also be used to empower and to humanize. Stories can break the dignity of a people, but stories can also repair that broken dignity." Adichie's words have stayed with me because they capture what I felt for so long but didn't always have the language for. For me, stories are not just something we read or watch, they're how we inherit loss, strength, and sacrifice. My uncle's story has stayed with me. His perseverance is inspiring. When I face hardship and when I feel like giving up, I remember him. I remind myself that if he could keep going in circumstances far heavier than mine, then I can push through too. His story makes me try harder to reach for my goals, and it reminds me not to give up so easily. And this thread of sacrifice doesn't start with him. My grandmother carried it too. When her father fell sick, she was forced into marriage far too early. But despite the weight of the circumstances, she never lost her spirit. Years later, she found someone she really cared for, someone who gave her hope for a different kind of future. But when he was killed, she was left again to rebuild her life while raising her children. With limited choices for women in Somalia at the time, she remarried. Yet through all of it, the grief, hardship, and injustice, she never stopped raising her children with love and strength. That's what I mean when I say stories are inheritance. My uncle's strength and my grandmother's resilience live in me. They've become the compass I carry forward. Interestingly, there's science behind this. Researchers call it emotional DNA, the idea that family stories, both joyful and painful, can shape us in ways we might not even realize. A study published by the Emory University Department of Psychology found that children who knew more about their family history tended to be more resilient, had stronger identities, and higher levels of self-esteem. More recently, Westray, McLean, and Fivush showed that in immigrant and marginalized backgrounds, storytelling does more than preserve memory. It promotes positive psychosocial development, and in doing so, it empowers the next generation with cultural pride and purpose. In other words, stories carry resilience forward. Maybe as you're listening, you're thinking of someone in your own family you've never met, but whose story you know. How has that story shaped you? What pieces of them do you still carry with you, and what lessons has it left behind? If nothing comes to mind, it may just be that their story hasn't been shared yet. We often think of identity at the surface level, the language we speak, the food we eat, or the music we listen to. But identity is also built upon these inherited threads, the stories of people we never meet, yet who still speak to us through silence, sacrifice, and memory. Here's the paradox. Stories carry both pain and strength. As Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie reminds us, stories can break the dignity of a people, but stories can also repair that broken dignity. When families choose to share them openly, stories don't trap us in trauma, but give us tools to heal, break cycles, and to face hardship without letting it define us. So here's my hope, that we start listening, that we don't wait for stories to find us, but that we go looking for them. Ask your parents about their childhood. Ask your grandparents about the music they dance to or the meal that makes them think of home. Because I am not just me. I am woven from all those who came before. Their stories of strength and courage are my inheritance. And maybe one day, when someone wonders where they come from, they'll find a piece of me in the story. Thank you.